Absolutely terrorized the defense. Welcome back to the Sports Spotlight. I'm your host, Rizwan. And on the airwaves, I've got Shep back for more college, and then we're going to transition over to the pros. Actually, I think what we might do once we finish with college, before transitioning over to the pros, we might take a little bit, a few minutes for to perform the last rites of a team that in a
Oh,
span
yes.
of 7 months has just uh, this is okay. We'll talk about that. We'll get into the Mavs in a little bit. Let's finish the college conversation. I promised the SEC, and let's start with the battle of the Bulldogs. So
It
the
was
Georgia.
not a battle. It was basically a massacre of prisoners Accra.
It was. So the Georgia Bulldogs, who are stacked, from a talent standpoint, just about as strong, maybe just a notch below Ohio State as far as the amount of talent on this team. They waltz into Starkville, into Davis Wade Stadium, and came out a 41-21 victor, where the game was not that close as the score
No.
indicates, right? Um, we were just outmatched. From a talent standpoint, we would have been outmatched anyway. And then the devastating injuries, both on the offensive line and on the defensive side, for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. It just, uh,
Georgia could have run halfback ISO, halfback dive, every play, and could have told us, this is what we're going to do. And they would have gotten 5 yards to carry. At least.
yep.
That's just how much better their offensive line was than our defensive line. I mean, they were creating holes that if I looked at in the video game, I'd be like, come on, I got to adjust the sliders or something for the defense. And it was a sobering thing because State's actually been in almost every game, at least up until the half, because Texas A&M ran away in the fourth quarter against us this year, right?
Yeah.
And Georgia just went in there and physically dominated State. It did. I mean, Shapen got hurt on a blindside hit. I don't know if he's going to come back. But our tackles were basically turnstiles. We could get no push when we ran, and our defensive line was getting pushed back into the secondary. I still don't know how Georgia didn't score a touchdown on every drive. I think it's only because they wanted to exercise some things in the passing game. But which is not bad. They don't have a bad passing game. Those tight ends are so hard to match up against. I remember when they had one play where they had their 6'6" tight end. I think it was their first touchdown drive where they threw the ball down. And he committed offensive PI. They didn't call it. But he just shoved our defensive back to the ground, and it looked like a grown man shoving a child. And I was like, I can't even get mad about the lack of a call. It was just depressing. I mean, Georgia lost to Alabama because they had a horrible game plan, and they got outcoached. But if they were to play Alabama again, I would make Georgia a 2-touchdown team.
Yeah, especially after what happened in that LSU game with Alabama. But
LSU's got a salty defense.
They do. But here's the thing. So I had a glimmer of hope when the game started. Right, the game starts. State gets the ball.
Possession went down 7-0.
14 plays, 75 yards, and here's what I want to. So you remember how that drive culminated? That was with Kamario Taylor running it in for a touchdown, right? Scrambling touchdown. So he was always part of the plan. The reason I'm saying that, you mentioned Shapen getting hurt and Taylor coming in, and Taylor finished the game 12 attempts, 53 yards, 3 touchdowns. So maybe there's some silver lining. Is he a true freshman or a redshirt freshman? I know he's a freshman.
He's a true freshman.
Yeah. So 3 touchdowns. Yes, it's in a blowout game, but this is Georgia we're talking about.
12 and attempts. He had 2 or 3 possessions where he scored against Arkansas last week.
Yep.
Right? When we were down. So here's the thing. I don't think Mario Taylor is at this point in time, a better reader of the defense or understander of the offense than Blake Shapen.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think he understands the offense well enough, and he can read the defense well enough to give us a better chance of winning because he's just so much more mobile than Shapen.
And
so that when the tackle's getting beat immediately, he might be able to escape the sack and throw the ball, or at least throw the ball away or scramble.
Yep.
And our offensive line is so. Now, look, Levy knows more about developing quarterbacks than I do, so we'll keep that in mind. But I think Kamario Taylor gives us the best shot of winning right now because he forces the defense to pause on their rush. Because if you rush a quarterback like him, he slides to the side and then he's downfield.
You're burnt.
Okay.
Yep.
And he's a special athlete in that regard. And so, yeah.
Yep. I'm excited about that. Look, I mean, not wishing injury on anyone. I hope Shapen is fine and he comes back. But yeah, I'm with you. It's time to see what we have in this youngster with the talent that we have on the field. You're not gonna. You would be doing yourself and the quarterback a disservice by putting a pocket passer behind that offensive line in the state of the offensive line where it is right now.
Shapen is not. He's a better athlete than Will Rogers was. Okay, but I'm a better athlete than Will Rogers was. You're a much better athlete than Will Rogers was. I mean, so it's dangerous for Shapen almost to be the statue that he is back there. And I just look. He's played hard for us. I mean, you can't. The guy's played hard football for State. Yeah. And I don't dislike Shapen. He actually is not a bad quarterback. I know a lot of people, State fans, will disagree with me, but he's not a quarterback that you can win a lot of games with on behind the current.
Yeah, that offensive line in the SEC. Yes. Agreed. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about Taylor, for all the reasons that we've highlighted, but also because he's a local kid. He's from down the street, Macon, Mississippi.
Yeah, which Georgia recruited him. He said no to Georgia.
Yeah, baby. I hope that that's the future that we can we can marvel at. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully by next year. We'll see. But yeah, it was a disheartening loss. Not a wholly unexpected loss, but started off with that. As I said, I just had that glimmer of hope, and then Georgia just quashed it.
They were just better at every position along the line of scrimmage, and their linebackers were better. They linebackers.
Yep.
I'm not certain that our wide receivers couldn't play for them. I think our wide receivers could play for them, and I think Kelly Jones is better than anybody they have in their second. Kelly Jones, number one for Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. If you're not paying attention to him, and you're an NFL scout, you should be. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's gonna. So look, if you're not, coming off not a blue blood program, and not a great season, so he might fly under the radar, but I think he's going to make some GM very, very happy on Sundays once he gets drafted later than he should, just on talent alone. All right, so let's talk about that Alabama LSU game.
Yeah, Alabama can't run the ball. That's why that game was so close.
And really, could not do anything. They just got that field goal. It was what was it, 17-3 at the half, and then LSU started to put a dent in it with a couple of field goals, and then Alabama got their field goal and 20-9 final. Just nothing doing in this game.
Yeah, no, Alabama had a really hard look. LSU's got a salty defense. Okay, they really do. They're pretty good. They held a really good Ole Miss offense to mid-20s. They got rolled by Texas A&M, which makes me think Texas A&M's offense is better than maybe I give them credit for.
Mm-hmm.
And they got out-schemed by Vandy, which is a problem. But they're a good defense, and Alabama's limited with their run game. They just can't run the ball, which is going to be their downfall if they make it to the SEC championship game. And I think that Alabama is a very good team that will not win the national championship.
Yep. Well, one more team that had looked good so far that is not going to win the championship. The previously undefeated seventh ranked BYU Cougars
Oh,
went
Texas Tech, man,
into
that
Lubbock.
defense
Yeah.
just beat them.
I mean, if it weren't for that fourth quarter touchdown, BYU was shut out in this game. Texas Tech just absolutely dominated this. Um, what did you see from the Texas Tech defense here? Was this more about?
Athleticism. They're really good. They they spent a lot of money in the offseason building that defense. And that defense, I think, is probably going to carry them to playoffs. And they're going to be a tough team to play. The defense is so good.
You know who they remind me of? So in this conference, Utah about 2 years ago, with that really extremely salty defense, but Texas Tech has a better offense around a defense like that. Now, they lost at Arizona State, but
they did when their quarterback got hurt.
Yep. But other than that, they've just dominated games. 42-0 beating Oklahoma State, 43-20 Kansas State, 45-14 Oregon State. At Houston, 35-11. I mean, just absolutely dominating. Now, they're not facing a whole lot, or they had not faced a whole lot of high-end opposition. But then BYU, the absolute domination. And now, I mean, what do they say? You got to play what's put in front of you, right? And these are the opponents. So now they've got UCF and West Virginia at West Virginia. I mean, that's always going to be tough.
It's a tough place to play, but they're going to win that game.
Yeah, they should.
Defense travels, as they say, right?
It does. So yeah, I think they're a playoff team. Texas Tech
if they win the Big 12, they're obviously a playoff team. Yeah. But I think that even if they make the Big 12 championship game and lose, I think that they make it in.
Yep.
They're a good team.
They are. All right. We have 7 minutes. I'm gonna get this out of the way first. There's a couple of things coming up next Sunday. So first and foremost, I gotta tell our listeners about that. So Sunday the 16th at the Crystal Banquet, step into a world of winter elegance at ZN Fashion's Winter Clothing and Jewelry Exhibition. Explore the collection of latest winter clothing trends with exquisite jewelry pieces that add a touch of glamour to every outfit. Join us and let your winter style shine at ZN Fashion's Winter Exhibition. Again, Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Crystal Banquet Hall, Plano. All right, we talked about the good stuff. Let's talk about the ugly stuff. I know I've been harping on this forever, since that fateful day, fateful night around midnight.
The timing of it was also, the time of day made that trade bizarre.
Everything made the trade bizarre. I remember you and I talked about this. So we're talking about the Mavs trading away Luka Doncic at the midway through last season, or maybe a little bit more midway, maybe 2/3 of the way through, to the Lakers, because our good friend, Mr. Harrison, Nico, said that, well, we made the trade because defense wins championships. Well, you've gone from a finals run to the bottom of the cellar in a season and
bottom.
Change.
They're one up from the bottom.
Oh, because we won yesterday. Yes. Because we beat a 1-7 team yesterday in the last with a last minute fourth quarter comeback.
Yes.
Oh, if I didn't laugh, I would cry. So, look, in the offseason, we talked about it. I was
bullish, I would say.
I was bullish. I did qualify. I did qualify if everything goes right for the Mavs, right? If Anthony Davis can stay healthy, if Kyrie can come back halfway through the season. At this point, I don't know why we would rush him. If Clay can regain 75% of his former self, he's playing at like 5% of his former self. Um, if Lively and Gafford can stay healthy and be the Twin Towers, allowing Anthony Davis to not have to bang bodies and play more on the outside as a stretch power forward, stretching the defenses, putting pressure on the defenses. If, if none of that has happened, none of it, Anthony Davis did what I feared he would, not what I hoped he would. I hoped he would give us a a healthy season. But what I was afraid of is what's happened. He's given us 2 games and change of healthy Anthony Davis play, and he's hurt. Right? Lively, unfortunately, I mean, at this point, Lively is a good young center, but at this point, I think it's fair to say he's always hurt. And he's hurt again. Gafford was banged up, and he came back, but I mean, it's almost like it is almost like somebody associated with this. I'm not superstitious. I am not superstitious because I know it's bad luck to be superstitious. But, but it's almost like somebody associated with this franchise has angered the basketball gods. Right? Everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong.
Well, you know what? That's why you don't trade a future Hall of Famer for nothing.
I thought we knew this. I thought everybody knew this.
Apparently, Harrison decided he needed to reteach the league how not to make trades. Oh, and how's that working out for Luka in LA right now?
Well, he's hold on. I'm trying to think of some he's not averaging a triple-double.
Dimes bleeding out of the mouth right now? It looks like he is.
He is. He just got hit. So Atlanta has scored a touchdown. So I've got Bijan Robinson against me in a couple of fantasy football leagues, and Algier keeps stealing touchdowns. I'm loving it. But yeah, so the Colts have the ball, a minute left, 3rd and 16 at the Atlanta 36. So we could be looking at possibly overtime, or maybe Atlanta with
they could get the extra point, the field goal.
Yep. So 4th and 1 at the Atlanta 21. They gain 15 yards. You can't go for it. You have to hit the field goal here.
Well, they don't have any timeouts. Okay. Yeah, I'd kick it.
I mean,
you're ahead of me on the stream, by the way.
Okay. Sorry, you just saw the 15-yard. Here we go.
No, it's not 4th and 1. They got to wait. They got to kick it.
Oh, it's 10 yards. Yep. Yeah, they got to kick it. All right, so it looks like we might be getting some bonus football from Berlin. But going back to the funeral. I was trying to think of something negative to say when you asked me about Luka. So, hey, he's not averaging a triple-double.
Yeah.
By half an assist.
Yep.
40 points, 11 rebounds, and 9.5 assists. That's all he's doing. So yeah, and they're 7-2. I don't know. I am out of words, and that's not a problem I have hardly ever had in my life. I don't understand. There we go. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna spoil it for you since your feed is slightly behind me. but there is an update coming from the Indianapolis.
Oh, well, yep.
There we go.
My opponent, by the way, has Daniel Jones this week.
Ooh, bonus football.
Which is not helping me out since Bo Nix had his worst game of the year.
He did. He did.
He was awful.
So, all right. We'll talk about that when we come back from this. Yeah, we do. We're at a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. But yeah, just to finish off that conversation, man. It is exactly. People were telling me that I was overdoing it, overly dramatic. It's not the end of the world. Yes, you don't trade away a future Hall of Famer at 25 years of age who's averaging a near triple-double. But it's not the end of the world. You've brought in defense, blah, blah, blah. And here we are.
It's the end of the world.
Virtually the bottom of the cellar. And the guy you traded away. Now, look, he's not lighting the world on fire. But again, my argument was always defense is a lot more than allowing your opponent to beat you off the dribble, right? He has quick hands. He has steals. And sure enough, the other day for the Lakers, he had 5 steals. And they won on the road. They won a close game because he got you an almost triple-double and 5 steals. So, yeah, he's playing defense. Yeah, he's allowing his team a chance, an opportunity at a win, and translating it into victories, into W's. And I don't know what more you want. I don't know what more you can ask for. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to need to break out my Mavericks gear this year.
No.
It's not good. It is not good. All right. Here comes a break. It's a long one, but then we come back and we're going to talk about all that went down, all those upsets in the NFL last week, and everything that is on tap today. You're listening to the Sports Spotlight right here on Radio Azad.
You are listening to Radio Azad, where your voice matters. Entertain, inform, inspire.
Download the free Radio Azad app on the App Store or Google Play to listen worldwide.
Reached a plateau in your weight loss journey? Ever feel like you've tried every so-called healthy diet only to find yourself gaining more weight? Do you know you can actually tap into your body so that it loses the weight for you without excessive exercising or fad diets? Hi, I'm Dr. Nilofer Basaria, and I can help you in your health and weight loss journey to lose excess physical and stress weight and keep it off without medications and calorie counting. Call or text at 469-645-8681. Once again, that number is 469-645-8681 for a complimentary consultation, or you can visit us at drbasaria.com. That is drbasaria.com.
When you educate an orphan like Hamza, you are giving her the tools that she needs to build a brighter future. Islamic relief staff are local, raised in the communities they serve, so they understand how to use your donations as effectively as possible. Give the gift of education to a child like Hamza. Be the relief for orphans. Donate today at irusa.org or call 1-855-447-1001.
Kind Home Loans is your Dallas mortgage lending partner.
Big news, rates are down. Now's the time to refinance and lock in savings before the market shifts again. Depending on your mortgage amount, you could save $500 to $1,000 a month. Non-QM rates are also dropping, and we can refinance your home using a non-QM mortgage to bring your rate down and cut your costs. Bottom line, the window is open, rates are low, and your chance to save big is right now. Don't wait until rates bounce back, and let's lock in your savings before it's gone.
Call Jamal Khwaja today at 915-306-5463 or visit kindhomeloans.com. NMLS number 1702123.
Page 3 Eatery isn't just a restaurant, it's an experience where the buzz of India's streets meets the glam of a Page 3 party.
Indulge in the crunch of street-style chaat, bite into cheesy, spice-loaded grilled sandwiches, or roll up happiness in our flavorful Frankies. And for that smoky tandoor goodness, we've got you covered with your favorite kebabs, breads, and mocktails with a desi twist.
Fun, upbeat, and